There are moments in life when a single sentence can destroy years of trust. One careless word spoken in anger can leave scars deeper than any physical wound. And the painful part is this: most people do not lose relationships because they are bad people. They lose them because they never learned how to control their words before emotions took over. In today's world, people react faster than they think. They text while angry. They argue without listening. They speak from ego instead of wisdom. And later, when silence returns, regret becomes louder than the argument itself. The truth is, words are not just sounds. Words create memories. Words shape identities. Words can heal a broken soul, but they can also crush a confident person in seconds. That is why emotionally intelligent people understand one powerful principle: not every thought deserves to become a sentence. Some people believe strength means speaking loudly. But real strength is the ability to stay calm when emotions are trying to control you. Anyone can shout. Anyone can insult. Anyone can explode in anger. But the rarest people are those who can pause, breathe, and choose wisdom over reaction. Think about how many lives have been damaged by temporary emotions. A husband says something cruel during an argument and the marriage is never the same. A parent speaks harshly to a child, and that child remembers those words for 20 years. A friendship ends because pride refused to stay silent for one moment. Most damage in relationships does not happen suddenly. It happens sentence by sentence. And here is what many people fail to understand: once words leave your mouth, you no longer control them. You can apologize later, but apologies do not erase memory. People may forgive you, but they rarely forget how your words made them feel. That is why self-control is one of the greatest forms of maturity. Emotionally powerful people have learned the art of slowing down before speaking. They understand that feelings are temporary, but consequences can become permanent. They do not allow anger to become their microphone. When you feel emotional, your mind becomes dangerous. Anger exaggerates problems. Fear creates assumptions. Pride demands victory instead of understanding. In emotional moments, people often say things they do not truly mean. But unfortunately, listeners do not hear, "I was emotional." They hear the words exactly as they were spoken. This is why silence is sometimes more intelligent than explanation. Many people ruin beautiful relationships because they feel the need to win every argument. But winning an argument while losing someone you love is not victory. It is emotional failure. The next time you feel anger rising inside you, do something different. Pause before responding. Even 5 seconds of silence can save years of regret. Ask yourself one simple question: will these words solve the problem, or will they only release my emotions? That question alone can change your life. Wise people understand that timing matters. There are conversations you should never have while angry, exhausted, or emotionally overwhelmed. Your emotions are temporary visitors, but your words can become permanent records in someone's heart. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is learning to separate emotion from communication. Just because you feel something intensely does not mean you must express it immediately. Emotional discipline means giving yourself time to think before speaking. And let's be honest, some people are addicted to reacting. They interrupt constantly. They speak without listening. They attack instead of understanding. They confuse emotional outbursts with honesty. But honesty without wisdom becomes cruelty. There is a difference between speaking truth and speaking to hurt someone. Mature people know how to communicate truth without destroying dignity. They do not use words as weapons. They use them as tools for clarity, healing, and understanding. Another reason people lose control of their words is because they carry unhealed pain inside them. Hurt people often speak from wounds instead of wisdom. A person who feels insecure may become defensive over small things. A person carrying stress may explode over minor problems. A person filled with bitterness may constantly criticize others. Sometimes the issue is not the conversation. The issue is the emotional chaos hidden inside the speaker. That is why inner peace matters so much. The calmer your mind becomes, the safer your words become. People who are emotionally centered do not react to everything. They do not feel the need to prove themselves in every disagreement. They understand that peace is more valuable than pride. Strong people are not controlled by emotion. They are guided by awareness. One simple technique can completely transform the way you communicate. Before speaking during emotional moments, imagine your words being replayed back to you tomorrow. Would you still be proud of them? Would you still defend them after your anger disappears? If the answer is no, stay silent. Silence is not weakness. Silence is control. Many people think they need the perfect words to fix relationships. But sometimes what people need most is safety. They need to know that your anger will not humiliate them. They need to know your frustration will not become cruelty. They need to know disagreement will not turn into disrespect. People stay close to those who make them feel emotionally safe. And emotional safety comes from controlled words. Another powerful habit is learning to lower your voice instead of raising it. Loud people often lose respect because volume does not create authority. Calmness does. The person who stays composed during tension usually becomes the most respected person in the room. Have you ever noticed how powerful calm people are? They do not rush to react. They think carefully. They choose words intentionally. They understand that communication is not about releasing emotion. It is about creating understanding. That level of self-control changes every relationship in your life. Imagine how different families would become if people learned to speak with patience instead of impulse. Imagine how many friendships could survive if pride stopped controlling conversations. Imagine how many regrets people could avoid if they simply paused before speaking. Your mouth has the power to create peace or chaos. And the scary part is that most people do not realize the damage until it is too late. Some people spend years trying to rebuild trust destroyed in 5 minutes of uncontrolled emotion. Some relationships never recover. Some opportunities disappear forever because someone spoke carelessly during a stressful moment. Words can open doors. Words can also close them permanently. This is why discipline matters more than emotion. You do not have to say everything you feel. You do not have to react to every insult. You do not have to prove yourself in every argument. Sometimes maturity means walking away, calming down, and returning to the conversation later with a clearer mind. Emotionally intelligent people understand something life-changing. Your reaction reveals your level of self-mastery. Anyone can control their words when life is easy. But true character is revealed during pressure, frustration, and conflict. The people who remain respectful during difficult moments are the ones who build lasting trust and meaningful relationships. And remember this carefully: people may forget what you looked like, what you owned, or what you achieved, but they rarely forget how your words made them feel. A cruel sentence can echo in someone's mind for years, but a kind sentence can also become a source of strength forever. That means every conversation is an opportunity. Every interaction is a choice. You can either leave people wounded or leave them stronger. The choice belongs to you. So the next time anger rises, pause before speaking. The next time pride tells you to react, choose wisdom instead. The next time emotions push you toward harmful words, remember that temporary feelings should never make permanent decisions. Because once words are spoken, they cannot return. And the people who truly succeed in life are not always the smartest, richest, or most talented. Often, they are simply the people who learned how to control their tongue when emotions tried to control them. Master your words, and you will master your relationships. Master your reactions, and you will protect your peace. Because sometimes the difference between saving everything and ruining everything is one sentence you decided not to say.